2024 was banger after banger after banger. An absolute great year for gamers. We have YouTubers throwing their gloves in the ring and it worked. Astrobot was a complete reform for video games in that it's okay just for video games just to be fun. Balatro proving that you can gamble without losing your money, only your sanity, and Concord proving that you can have all the money and time producing a video game doesn't always equate into making a successful video game. And all these great and innovative video games, and I didn't play any of them. The games that got me through 2024 doesn't necessarily mean the games that I played came out this year. It's just the games that I happened to play this year. Because how can I appreciate modern games if I haven't played any of the classics? If I could play every video game possible, I totally would. Is that unhealthy? Probably. Maybe. Definitely. Okay. I'm aware that it's a very late edition in 2024, but it's actually really fun. It's just Overwatch, but it's Marvel. Let's not sugarcoat it, right? But that's what makes these games kind of fun. The colorful cast of characters. Either have a really cool design or unique lore, or just be Marvel superheroes, which easily makes this game really enjoyable. But I think my main gripe with it currently is that everyone is really mean.
Bro, I get tired of fucking white country fucking people. You sucks. Bitch, you haven't even fucking played the fucking game yet. Every fucking character. How the fuck do you know if you don't fucking suck?
The game just came out like a month ago. I don't understand. I don't. When it comes to multiplayer games, sometimes they're not really fun on their own. But when you play with someone else, the game just becomes fun. The dichotomy of that is that you don't really have a fun game. You just have fun friends. But that's not really the case with It Takes Two. It Takes Two is just a bundle of ideas. There's never a dull moment in this game.
Why'd you do that?
One time you're fighting a squirrel on top of an airplane, you fight a possessed vacuum cleaner, and then you're ripping limbs from an elephant plushie. Not fun, but very enjoyable. Do I even have to say why this is good? You play as Spider-Man. If I have to tell you why that's awesome, fuck you. Like, actually, Resident Evil 4 competed for Game of the Year in 2005 and 2023, and it won one of those years. Given I haven't played the original, but I understand how important the game was for innovating third-person shooters. I'm not usually a big fan of escort missions. They're usually a hassle, but I didn't really have a problem with it, probably because I liked Ashley. Ashley is just a random college girl that just got mixed up in all the cult stuff and all that, and seeing her interaction with Leon is actually endearing. This is probably my favorite survival horror, purely based on the combat.
What the fuck? They light that cow on fire.
Like, you're telling me suplexing your enemy isn't fun? Under all the intense combat, it basically stops being a horror at some points, until it was.
Well, he was lying normally, and then he turned around. I see the fatty.
I feel like there's not a lot of good Sonic the Hedgehog video games. This might be a hot take, might be not. I think whenever they released a somewhat competent video game, they treat it like it's some sort of masterpiece. And I really do want to like these games. Like, come on, Sonic the Hedgehog, he's cool as hell, man. He's so cool. So I wasn't really expecting to like the game as much as I did. This game is so cool and so stylish. The boost formula seems to only work when there's a gimmick involved, so you're just not like aimlessly boosting through a level. You can turn into a blob grappling through platforms. You can grow little demon wings. But my absolute favorite ability is when you attack a monster, launch them into the air, and then you teleport to them. That shit is so cool. It's so anime. It's so anime. I never really been too crazy about replaying video games, but this game had me wanting to replay every single level in this game just to get that sweet S rank. And the game incentivizes that. When you play Sonic Generations, when you replay a level, it's like, are you sure you're gonna lose all your progress? But in Shadow Generation, it's just non-stops. When you do want to reset the level, the music doesn't even stop because they just want you to keep going and going. B rank? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. I always liked JRPGs, and I think I really started with Pokemon, but when I did wanted to start like branching out to like Persona or Kingdom Hearts, but there was always one franchise that I was interested in, Final Fantasy. And the first game that I wanted to play in the franchise was Final Fantasy VII. You know, it's the most popular and it's the most innovative. And while as time progresses, things like game design can be outdated, there are just some things that just remain timeless, especially the story. This story has themes of environmentalism and how corporations essentially destroy the planet in favor of more money, and the main villain being made because of these greedy corporations causing the destruction of the planet, and it's really up to these cast of characters to stop them. Have a good story and have an interesting cast of characters, you get a really good game. If you're interested in playing the games, you could play the remake, but the remake is more like a retelling than an actual remake. I still recommend playing the OG, with some mods at least. Dark Souls is hard as hell. And I don't think that comes to a surprise to anybody. This game really ignited my love for this genre. The combat's actually pretty fun. By no means is it easy, but it is simple. Like, you dodge and you hit. But what makes it effective is the level design. If you remove this level design in this game, you just get a really boring game with a really simple combat system. I like the tidbits they have for the game's lore through item descriptions and through the environment, but I don't care. If I was interested, I would watch a 7-hour video essay about it. But I really am looking forward to trying the other Soul games. Super Mario Odyssey. Can't believe I didn't play this masterpiece any sooner. I have a weird relationship when it comes to platformers. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. It might be because I'm not as skilled in this genre, but this game is just insane. And when I do like platformers, I seem to value mobility and movement, and Mario has all the options needed to make a fun game. I feel power-ups are very underrated when it comes to platformers. It allows for a whole jumble of ideas, just like Sonic X Shadow Generations. But instead of saying complacent, it'll introduce new problems for you to figure out with new tools. I'm just saying, this game should have won Game of the Year in 2016. I'm just saying.
Go off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew.